The Wizard of Oz Scarecrow got a demon brain. The Phantom of the Opera is here, but in the wrong movie, and it's good to see Lindsay Lohan's getting some work. Or is that Bryce Dallas Howard? Or Anna Kendrick on crack? Who knows? This is another opinion on the latest installment in the Conjuring franchise, Annabelle Creation. I think it's so fun what James Wan is trying to do for horror fans. He's making us a universe that we can get excited about as people get about Star Wars and Marvel. And sure, horror sequels aren't the most unique thing in the world, but most horror franchises evolve into borderline comedies. Thankfully, though, The Conjuring does not seem like it's going to devolve into the Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th comedies anytime soon. The movies are still taking its universe building and its own lore seriously, and I love that. Annabelle Creation is better than the Annabelle that came before it, but that wasn't too hard to do. It's not better than Conjuring 1 and 2, though. It might not even be better than the cold opening that Annabelle got in the first Conjuring. Should that turn you off to the movie, though? I don't think so. You don't go into Ant-Man expecting something better than the Avengers. No, you go in ready for a snack that'll keep you satisfied until the buffet that is Infinity War comes out. And that's exactly what Annabelle does. It keeps the appetite of fans of the Conjuring universe satisfied until The Nun, The Crooked Man, and The Big Kahuna Conjuring 3 come out. Since when do I say Big Kahuna? We have director David F. Sandberg to thank for this snack. He put some very creepy imagery on screen for us to shiver at, from humanoid rams to this freaking doll. But he doesn't stray too far from the aesthetics that James Wan set up in the first Conjuring. We still get that Goodfellas-inspired long take that introduces our main location, and we get those disorienting camera movements that are just spine-tingling somehow. It's all there. Just like Marvel has a bunch of different directors, the Conjuring universe can have a bunch of different directors and still feel like it's all part of the same universe. And it does what every good horror movie does, and that is make you think there is stuff in those dark corners that aren't really there. With that said, the movie does have its problems. I think it suffers a little bit from Amazing Spider-Man 2 syndrome, as in there are way too many villains. I understand why Volok is there. It seems like that's the Thanos of the universe, sort of engineering all these hauntings. But the Scarecrows and the Phantom of the Operas, they got lost in the shuffle. Nuns and dolls, that's all I needed. Don't set up a spin-off movie from a spin-off movie. You don't make Thor to set up a Kat Dennings movie. You make Thor to focus on Thor. That's what Annabelle Creation could have done a little bit more. It could have actually focused on Annabelle. In fact, that's where the movie really missed its mark for me. It advertises a prequel, so you go in expecting to learn how this doll became so goddamn evil. And it is about that. For about 5 minutes. We're sidetracked for basically the whole movie into this story about a bunch of orphans getting haunted. And the worst part is none of the orphans become Batman. What's up with that? If you're an orphan, seize the opportunity, become a goddamn superhero. The other story in this movie, the actual prequel to Annabelle that explains her origins, is this. A little girl gets run over by a car. Unlike Regina George, she dies. Her parents aren't too happy with that, so they're like, hey, Satan, we tried to get God to do this for us, but he wasn't too into it. We hear you're a little cooler. You mind bringing our daughter back? He does, but of course that trickster Satan does not really bring back their daughter. He brings back this goat guy. And this goat guy takes a liking to the Annabelle doll and latches onto it. In this story that the movie only uses 5 minutes to tell in a flashback, there's a lesson that you can't linger over grief to the point of obsession. You have to let go, or else you start losing pieces of yourself. In this story, the imagery of the broken dolls makes sense. It elevates it from something that's just creepy to something that's both creepy and symbolic. Symbolic in that it visually represents how these parents, in trying to put their daughter back together, ended up falling apart themselves. A family of broken dolls is what this movie could have been, but it ended up being another movie about a bunch of girls in nightgowns running around scared, which is fine. It just sucks that something that was so close to being great ended up being average. Even the characters are average. The movie tries to get you on the side of these two little girls, but it tries a little too hard through the dialogue. They keep telling each other that they'll stick together, but we never see them actually do stuff that shows us they will stick together. And that's what film is supposed to do. Show, not tell. Show me that they're practically sisters. Don't just have them say over and over again, we're practically sisters. We're practically sisters. We're practically sisters. In the first Conjuring, we're shown how tight-knit the family is when they cook some breakfast together. Same goes for the second one. We're shown how close of a family they are when Ed gathers them around, sings some Elvis. In Annabelle Creation, they just say, we're close. We're close. Trust us. We're close. And the funny thing is, this little Cabbage Patch Kid come to life who keeps telling her friends she'll never leave her side, keeps leaving her side. She's barely by her friend's side throughout the whole movie. The characters and the relationships in this movie aren't as strong as they are in The Conjurings. And in a franchise where you have a relationship as strong as Ed and Lorraine's, you expect a little bit more out of the characters and their relationships. The movie is fun, but it lacks the depth, character development that the other Conjurings have. But again, that's fine. It's a spin-off. An average horror movie, for me, a horror fan, is still a 7 out of 10. 7 LA Rams mascots out of 10. That's what this movie deserves. It does its job. It gets you excited for what's next in the DCU, the Conjuring cinematic universe. Let's just hope it brings back some of the depth in the future movies. Thank you for watching my review of Annabelle Creation. Hey, there are even a couple Carrie references in there, so if you want to check it out just for that, those are fun to see on screen. Like, comment, subscribe to this, share the video, share the review. Tell me what you think about the movie, disagree or agree with my points, and follow me on Twitter. Enjoy your day.